We will call to order the Board of County Commissioners business meeting for Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. All three commissioners are present. Mr. Dodd, will you lead us in the flag salute this morning?
Flag of the United States of America and one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will forego Zoom guidelines today. We have the privilege of having our 2025 Special Olympics Law Enforcement Torch Run folks here. And Sarah, would you like to speak about that?
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Sarah Sons, and I am excited to be here today to share a little bit about the Lewis County Special Olympics program and to celebrate the incredible people who make it all possible. Thank you for having us here. This is a fun and meaningful program that makes a huge impact in our community, and we're excited to tell you more about it. Lewis County Special Olympics has been active for over 30 years. We offer year-round sports opportunities, including golf, bowling, basketball, track, and swimming, serving approximately 75 athletes ranging in age from age 8 to well into their 70s. Our program runs entirely on the strength of our community. Volunteers and fundraising are what keeps us going. Our two main fundraisers, the Law Enforcement Torch Run and the Polar Plunge, not only provide the funding we need for uniforms, equipment, facilities, and more, but they also allow our athletes to be recognized and celebrated by the broader community. This year, we had a record-breaking 127 people register for the Torch Run. Along the route, schools, businesses, and families come out to cheer on our runners and athletes. It's a powerful message of inclusion, and it creates lasting memories for everyone involved. As the name suggests, the Law Enforcement Torch Run is organized by a dedicated group of local law enforcement officers. In the weeks leading up to the event, they meet regularly, fundraise within their own communities, coordinate with local schools and businesses, and recruit runners. While the Torch Run is a statewide event, Lewis County's version is truly unique. We are the only county in Washington where athletes, students, and community members come together in such a collaborative and spirited way. Ruben Ramirez, a retired Centralia Police Department officer who has led our local Torch Run planning committee for several years, has even been recognized at the state level and asked to share our model with other communities. Yes, the funds we raise are important, but even more impactful is the awareness and support the athletes feel when they see their community show up for them. To the law enforcement officers, community members, and organizations who make this event happen every year, thank you from all of us. The list of Torch Run supporters is too long to name completely, but I'd like to highlight a few key contributors from this year. Centralia Police Department, Chehalis Police Department, Lewis County Sheriff's Office, Chehalis Tribal Police, Washington State Patrol, Lewis County Department of Emergency Management, Peter Abarno, Alderson's Awards West, Lewis County Transit, Big T's Barbecue, Chehalis, Centralia, Napavine, and Onalaska Schools, and Bethel Church. And finally, I'd like to take a moment to recognize our incredible volunteers. All of our coaches and chaperones are unpaid. Many of them volunteer for multiple sports seasons throughout the year. The heart, time, and dedication they give is truly what makes this program possible. And then I'd like to just take a moment, if any of our volunteers or law enforcement officers are here today, if you could just stand so we can say thank you. There was many more people who are part of the Torch Run and who volunteer with Special Olympics on a regular basis who couldn't make it here today, and we're grateful for every single one of them. And I also wanted to see if there was anybody here, any coaches or families who might want to take a moment to just share the impact that Special Olympics has made in their lives.
Hi, I'm Bob Hepner. I'm Coach Bob, and I'm proud dad of two Special Olympics athletes. This is our 31st year here. So one of the things I want to share is for the Torch Run. So when we compete out of the county, right? The events, we practice local, but our events are not local. The torch run's local. It gives our athletes a chance to be in the community. Walking down the street is something like my two guys, my son and daughter, I think they enjoy that as much as the events that they're gonna compete for. So I just wanna, we got a good team here. Sarah, we cannot speak enough of what a great job Sarah's done for this program. But this program's come back strong and we want to keep it going stronger. And I guess saying 31 years is a commitment that we hope it keeps going for another 30+ years and farther past us as the torch moves. But the law enforcement program and getting to let these athletes walk and go to the schools in downtown Chehalis and Centralia has been a really good experience. And I think it's helping them grow the program. So, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll come back here with Mike. Hey, Mike, come right here. My name is Patty Nelson, and this is my son, Mike. He's been involved since 2008 with Special Olympics, and you can see he's got a whole lot of medals. And we are just so thankful to the community and law enforcement and everyone who takes part in this and helps us raise funds, because it truly, truly enriches their life. And always what I wanted for Mike is him to live the best life possible. And through Special Olympics, he's able to do that. Thank you very much. Do you want to say anything, Mike? How about saying thank you?
Yeah.
I do.
Okay. I think we just got married.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Victoria Romero, and this is Luis. And I just wanted to say like how appreciative I am of Special Olympics and everyone who helped make the torch run possible and all the fundraising. Luis has been in Special Olympics for the past couple of years, and just like the routine of everything, it's really helped him like develop new skills. And just also helps promote inclusion. One of my favorite parts of the torch run is going by his school district and hit some of the teachers and students, like they'll have signs that say like, congratulations, Luis, and that just means a lot to us. And Luis, stay over here. You know, just like, for example, just the progress and how it helps him. It's like for basketball this past winter season, first day of practice and first day of practice, he was having a hard time even going in the gym. And we practiced those at Chehalis School District and really appreciative of that. And so he went from not wanting to even go in the gym to the end of the season after practicing, actually getting a gold medal at Special Olympics for his skills. And I just really appreciate how there's all sorts of different levels of skills. You don't have to be, you know, a professional athlete. Like there's just room for everybody, and the accommodations are, it's really awesome. And he just continues to grow. And even like for swim, he started off with his walking race. And this year he did a race in the deep end, which is over 12 foot in the water. So he just continues to grow, and that just wouldn't be possible without Special Olympics. So Luis, you want to say thank you?
Thank you.
Hey,
Hello, Papi.
you can say thank you. Luis. Yep, you say hi, people. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Witty, also known as just coach to most of these athletes. I coach all year long. Every sport that is available except for bowling, I participate with. I've been doing it for 14 years because of my daughter. I just, seeing the program grow, I just gotta say again, Sarah, Victoria, they're complete rock stars. We would be completely lost without their support. We love the support that they've given us in the direction. There's so much organization and time that goes in. We're all volunteers. None of us are in paid positions and we do it because we love it. I always say that if you've never been out to a Special Olympic event and you get out there, if at some point in time you don't have a lump in your throat or a little tear in your eye, then you don't have a pulse. So I encourage everybody, get out there for our state, our region, sub-regionals. Just if you can only be out there for a few hours, take the time, get out there. It's life changing because you see things like, if classic example, this last year at state, there was a runner that was in first place and he tripped and fell. And the guy that was in second place that could have got the gold stopped and helped him up so that they finished the race in last places. But that's the kind of thing that you don't see in the everyday world with mainstream. So I used to coach and get paid for it. I will never go back to that for any amount of money. I love what I'm doing with these athletes. Again, thanks for the law enforcement for doing the torch run, the polar plunge. Again, can't say it enough. Sarah, Victoria, the people that are behind the scenes, pulling the strings and doing all this organization, they need all the support that we can possibly give them in the community. And thank you for your time.
I'm Bobby Hepno. I've been an athlete for 32 years. This coming, I can't say enough of my dad, my sister, who can't be here with us. I'm sure she would have loved to. But my coaches, my teammates, this has been, I'm hoping to still do this even when I get older. I recently ripped, oh, my whole knee was gone. So I had to drop my 2 running events and do walking, which I never done. And as you can see, I think I did pretty good. So I just want to say thank you. And I hope Sarah and my 2 coaches are all there again for the next 30 years. Thank you.
Hey, my name's Ron Wright, and this is my son Michael and his mom Jolyn. We've been coaching for Special Olympics. Jolyn got me started in it because she's been volunteering for 9 or 10 years, and I got into helping. And with the place I work at Lucky Eagle Casino, they let me have the time off to go to the tournaments, go to the training and stuff. And Michael, he grew up with 2 sisters who are athletes in school. And they were always the star of the time. And as soon as they graduated, now he's the star for the last 9 years. That his sisters, Cody and Gabrielle, help us coach also. We do full year sports. We used to do 4 sports a year. Now it's just 3 sports a year by the way it's set up. But with Michael, I mean, look at the smile on his face. He enjoys doing this stuff. This has helped him health-wise. That's another thing. This is a thing where all of our athletes, otherwise, we'll be just sitting home watching TV, playing on their tablets. This gives them a place to go to socialize, because that's another thing. You can be in a bad mood. You get around a group of people and you can't help but be happy because there's not any upset. They're always neutral or positive. So to put ourselves in a place where we can be in a neutral and negative and positive and being perfect situation, it only helps us also. So I thank Sarah for keeping everything going, and I like all the other coaches that are here for helping coach all these athletes, because this is not cheap and it's not free, but is from us to help. But there's always a cost. And thank you for the donors on the back of our shirts, all of our donors that want to see that. All the donors we have It's so amazing. So again, thank you, everybody. You guys have a great day. Thank you.
Anyone else? Anyone else that wants to share from the group?
I just
With-
would also, sorry,
No, go ahead.
I just would
Commissioner.
also like just to echo the sentiment, just Sarah, how grateful we are to have you working for Lewis County and doing the developmental disabilities. I know you're passionate about it. It shows.
Chat.
He's going to interrupt you there, Commissioner. He loves trap.
And I hope we can do this every year. I hope what we're doing right here, we want to do this every year. And hopefully next year, the run won't be on a Tuesday.
Yeah, we have to work around a lot of different schedules, but I was wondering if we have our law enforcement officers here who had actually brought our donation check. I have it written out on a giant check. I was wondering if we could maybe get a photo up front of the law enforcement officers sharing the check with the athletes, maybe a group photo, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
If our athletes would like to come up, and family, if you want to come up and get a photo.
Yeah, no, and coaches, volunteers, whoever wants to come up and be. No, after the picture, you guys can all go. We're gonna go take a picture up front and they're gonna give us the big green. Okay, perfect. We need to sign up to, you would like to sign up, let me get her sheet. Sign up to speak.
No, I went to and the sheet was gone.
Oh, okay.
No. I was scared.
Sarah, you and your team and all the volunteers, that's not work. That's ministry. And that's just absolutely beautiful that you're able to bring that group together and accomplish that's just incredible. And so I commend you. I know as a county, we're so grateful to have you and all the team that puts this together and brings our Special Olympic athletes to this program, and great job. Absolutely fantastic.
Thank you. It feels weird to be, I guess, recognized for that because that's fun. That's not work. That's
Right.
something that I'm so grateful to have an opportunity to be a part of. So thank you for letting me share with you all today and letting them come in. And again, I think the community support that we get for Special Olympics here in Lewis County is so unique, and it's just awesome to be able to share that with everyone.
Yeah. We'll have an opportunity in January to do the polar plunge to help raise money, right? Was
Always
that
fun to go out to the lake.
was that your little nugget in the back?
Yeah, the one who had to leave
Yeah,
a
it
little
was
early, she was
cutie
a
pie.
little fussy, but
Yeah. Congratulations on that
Thank you.
too.
Thank you so much for being here and sharing. All right, with that, public comment guidelines, Reva?
Good morning. The commissioners welcome public comment. Public comment is limited to 3 minutes per person. There's a timer in front of me. It'll be green when you have plenty of time left. It'll turn yellow when you have 30 seconds left, and it'll turn red when your time is up. We do ask that you please state your name and city of residence when you get ready to give public comment. And we note that this is more of a one-way street. This is your opportunity to share your concerns with the commissioners, not necessarily their time to respond. And I will note that we have written public comment from Kyle Wheeler that's been included in the packet.
Thank you, Reva. With that, first up is Mo from Enchanted Valley.
And Mo, if you'll push the button to the right, it'll turn red and that'll indicate that it's on.
And can you give me your last name, ma'am?
I can. Boy, how do I follow that up? I should have brought a hanky. My name is Moen, like the faucet. Everyone calls me Mo. My given name is Jeremy, if you need it for legal reasons, spelled just like the boy. And I'm from Vader, Washington. Good morning, and thank you for your audience today. I've already introduced myself, but I'm Mo. I'm a homeowner, and I live in Enchanted Valley at 162 Olaqua Drive. We are here to ask for your help with safety in the valley. Has anyone ever shared a long driveway with anyone? Has anyone ever had to experience the annoying and dangerously unwanted traffic that can occur on a driveway? Enchanted Valley Drive and Olaqua Drive are essentially a driveway. This is what our road is, one lane. My friend, Lou, we walk our dogs every day on that street. While walking along the roadside, 5 times now, we have nearly been hit and completely obliterated. People drive so fast. People who don't also live there. We called the police for the last recent event. The county considers Enchanted Valley Drive and Olaqua Drive a 2-lane road, but if the nature were maintained, it might be wide enough to accommodate, but as it is, and as it typically is and currently is, it's a 1-lane driveway at best. There's not even a marking down the center of the road. So it being 25 miles an hour to us is extremely excessive. In addition to that, trying to share the road with an incredibly high amount of all night long drug traffic. It goes in and out of Olaqua Court. That increases the danger. As a member of Vader government for 6 years, I understand what it takes to make these kinds of changes. That being said, as a community, we have asked nicely, we have demanded, we have left notes, we have talked to the city for support, which we have their support. We have talked to the police. We've made every attempt at our disposal to solve this ourselves. Lou and I changed times of our walks to avoid being killed. However, because of the homeless encampment, I should have said, excuse me, I'm here to talk about safety, not just the road, but because of the homeless encampment in the middle of Olaqua Court that is dumping black water and gray water directly into Olaqua Creek, we are downriver from. There's no peace on our roads or in our neighborhood. That is why today we are desperately asking for your
Thank
help.
you, Mo. That's your time.
So Mo, please don't, will you do me a favor?
Yeah,
Don't leave until after we're done. If you'll hold on for the business meeting, and I'll get a chance to come back and speak with you about it, okay?
that would be wonderful because, yeah, we're asking for some things.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you for your time.
So is that real quick, so is that within
Yeah.
city limits?
No, it is not within city limits.
That's
It's
county.
county.
And
It's
is that-
county proper and it's my district.
And is it county road?
It is, and there are some of those that are private, but Enchanted Valley Road is, I believe, a county.
Okay.
But I'll have to double check that, but I do believe it is. Jen, Captain Pack. It's the first I've heard of it though, Commissioner, so.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Captain Jen Pack. I currently reside in the city of Centralia, but I serve all of Lewis County, and I'm here as a representative of the Salvation Army in response to a meeting last week. So I thank you for the opportunity to speak, not only as a service provider, but as a steward of public trust, someone who believes in transparency and accountability, that they're not just buzzwords, especially for us, and that we are accountable for every dollar that we've been gifted as a service provider. In the last fiscal year, the Salvation Army partnered with Lewis County Public Health and Social Services under the provision of the Consolidated Homeless Grant, which administered $427,000 and a little bit more indirect services to eviction prevention funds. And these funds weren't theoretical, they weren't abstract, they were definitely not bureaucratic, they were targeted, accountable, and transformative. That in impact by numbers was 160 households were stabilized. 461 individuals remained housed, not just for a week or a day, but that was equated to 461 months of rent collectively, which, if you're not quick with math, is over 30 years based on the months. And some interesting statistics in that, and we collect that, is that 127 households reported disabling conditions which limited their ability to continue to have continuous support and rent stabilization. So that's a staggering 79.4% of the people who came to us were disabled individuals within the Lewis County. 5 households reported that they were currently pregnant. 6 households were coming from a system of care, which included foster care and hospitals. These numbers weren't just data, they were stories. They represented kids that did not have to move schools, people who stayed connected with their medical team. They avoided the trauma of displacement, and individuals who, without these funds, would have been part of next year's point in time count. Commissioner Swope, that represented 390 of your constituents. Commissioner Pollack, that represented 17 of your constituents. Commissioner Brummer, that represented 54 of your constituents. This wasn't an abstract statistic. This is a reflection of the needs that are in the county. And so while there was a line of questioning last, I believe it was 2 weeks ago when I did a presentation in which it was stated that there was a 15% reduction in homelessness from the recent point in time count, logically that would, that this should logically lead to a reduction in home investment, not increase. I respectfully believe that that is a short-sighted statement. When we cut back services, it's like telling a firefighter, since the fires are dying down, that we should probably just let it be. If anything, the point in time count validates that there was efforts based on providers. And to quote Commissioner Swope himself, if there was a concern raised over the accuracy, which you did raise that accuracy, why would we continue to try to reduce that if you don't believe that those numbers were actually true? And so I have to say that there is a fiscal responsibility and transparency. There was a claim online that I was sent multiple times, that each bed night for the shelter that we currently administer those services was $300 per night per bed. Is that it?
Thank you, Jen. That's your time.
Jen.
So if I could address real quick, it has nothing to do with the services that you're providing. When we see a drastic increase in funds that are coming in, that's where I have serious issues. If we're reducing different numbers like the point in time count and then just going through, our point in time count is lower today than it was in 2019 and 2017. We just want to make sure that we're not just taking money that the state is allocating when we already have a shortfall within the state budget. The taxes have gone up. We had the highest tax increase in the state of Washington, and yet somehow they reduce another provider when it comes to the Recovery Navigator program, and then they're going to increase what we're going to receive in our county by 50%. And it doesn't make sense. We have to be better stewards. We have to make sure that every dollar is being stretched. And I know that our team does a great job. We work with the Salvation Army, and I'm very grateful for the work that you guys are doing. I know that you guys have taken a tough situation the last 4 years with the shelter, and you have made it work. There's no question as to what you guys have been able to do to accomplish. We're very thankful for the work. My issue isn't with our providers. My issue is with the state and the way that they're coming to reason why they want to increase this fund, but then they don't want to do things for veterans. They don't want to do things for seniors. They want to take away from our Recovery Navigator program, but then increase this. It doesn't begin to make sense to me, and I want it to make sense, and I want us to be accountable to the citizens of Lewis County when we're raising taxes in the drastic level that we're raising them. That's the motivation here.
Am I able to respond? I hear that, but if we don't take those funds, we serve veterans, we collect that data as well. We serve all individuals. And so I see that there's some disparities from other agencies, but when you take away from kind of the key players, sheltering and homeless reduction, those are individuals who will end up homeless. They were literally, to say you have a grave responsibility as county commissioners to make public comments that say, we don't really track that, or there's not accountability in how those funds are spent. I will tell you, me personally, we have submitted a request for reimbursement, because if you remember, the Salvation Army works on a reimbursement basis. We spend the money before the county actually gives it to us. And it has been sent back for 1 penny. 1 penny. And so when you go on public comment and say that, you make a sweeping statement, but at the end of the day, we're the ones that field a phone call saying that we spent $4.6 million on a shelter when we received less than $1 million, Sean. Less than $1 million to do a year-round shelter. And so when you make statements like that, it doesn't affect, I've got a lot of tougher skin, but I want you to make that statement to the shelter workers who are making barely over minimum wage to provide services to people who are struggling with mental health, who are struggling in addiction. And then say that there's no accountability when there needs to be a level of accountability when we make public comments or we make statements on a public platform. And then it comes back to us, because eventually you're going to wear everyone out. And no one will want to provide services because they're tired of being the fall guy for someone who says something that isn't true.
Well, I just would like to go back to when you start to look at what's going on in our community when it comes to law enforcement and to other community members that feel exhausted with some of the transient population that's coming in, that is constantly doing crime. Businesses are shutting down. Businesses are moving out of our area. We have to take a strong look at something. We cannot, when I said the statement, we cannot be a catch basin for all. I've got Twin Transit employees telling me that they are busing people from Olympia down here. And we're seeing it where our law enforcement, especially in Centralia, they're exhausted. because they are continually having to deal with people that are not from our area. So we absolutely want there to be accountability with the funds. We want to provide funding for the people of Lewis County and not other people.
Commissioner, if I may, and I'm going to cut this off at this point. We have additional meetings that will be talking about this issue and about the contract with Commerce. And I would encourage you, Jen, to attend those. Make sure that you're watching for the notices of those meetings where we will be working through this. It's going to be a bit of a process, but we want your input. And there will be much more discussion that will come out of this.
Additionally, Captain Pack, if you could please send us your prepared remarks, because I believe you got cut off right about the time that you, I think, would have been noting that it's about $43 per person.
It
per
is.
night.
It is, which is 1/6 of what was actually quoted.
Thank you.
Jen, if you'd like to send those to me, I'd be happy to add those, the written comments.
Peter Lamont.
Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you. I've got two things. One, Peter Lamont, President, Lewis County Historical Society, and I wanted to remind you for your calendars on July 26th, Saturday morning, a couple Saturdays from now, will be the annual pancake breakfast fundraiser at the Lewis County Historical Museum. And if anybody would like to volunteer, we could probably use a few pancake flippers and pancake mixers and set up and tear down. It will be from 8 to 11 on July 26th. I'd also like to switch hats. Peter Lamont, Apprenticeship Program Manager for your Washington Department of Veterans Affairs. If I can be helpful to anybody in this room or any of the businesses that we have in Lewis County for internships or apprenticeship opportunities for transitioning service members, veterans, military spouses, military families, please let me know, and I would like to help facilitate that. That's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Rex.
Is this on?
Yep.
Rex Bakel, 404 Lincoln Creek Road, Centralia. And I'm here to talk about my concern about the Claquado Church. It sounds as though you're looking to dispose of the property. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
It states on the building, the plaque on the building, that the church belongs to the people of Lewis County. And I think for the county to dispose of that property would be a disservice to the people of Lewis County. I mean, there's quite a lot of history here at this church. And if it goes out of public domain, there's no control, even though there's some covenants, there's really no control of what might happen to that church building. And it's remarkably intact for the age that it is. I just want to voice my concern about its future. Thank you.
Thank you, Rex. And if you as well would stay so that you can have a conversation with our county manager about some of the details of what's being worked on there. I mean, you'll see it in the deliberation item that comes up. We'll speak about it a little bit, but I'd like to have you speak with the county manager as well.
Thank you.
Any additional public comment within the gallery? Do we have anyone online that wishes to provide public comment? Please use the raise your hand tool. Seeing none, we'll move to notice items.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve two notice items, Resolution 25-192 and 193.
Second.
Tim.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Mixer, Lewis County Public Works Fleet Manager. Resolution 25-192 authorizes the Fleet Services Division to issue a call for bid for up to 6 new pursuit-rated SUV patrol vehicles. These vehicles will be 2026 replacements, and the manufacturer's order bank window is currently open. However, no one seems to know how long the order window will remain open, thus the reason for issuing a call for bid now. Bids are due in person or can be submitted through the opengov.com by 12:15 p.m. on July 30th, 2025. Any questions?
Thank you, Tim. Coqueto Church.
Good morning, Commissioners. Ryan Barrett, County Manager, speaking to Resolution 25-193, which issues a call for bids and proposals for the Coqueto Church property. This is a call for bids. Bid packages must be sealed in an envelope clearly marked sealed bids for Coqueto Church and must include a proposal outlining how the prospective buyer will meet and uphold the requirements of the covenant recorded under the aforementioned file number. This proposal must also indicate how it will intend to demonstrate the winning bidder's intention to act to preserve the historic nature of the Coqueto Church and adhere to the restrictive covenant. Bids may be sent in two ways, hand delivered to the Commissioner's office or mailed, attention Lewis County Commissioners, room 210, 351 Northwest North Street. Bid packages must be received by 3 p.m. Thursday, July 31st, 2025 for consideration. Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Barrett. It's been moved and seconded to approve notice items Resolution 25-192 and 193. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 3-0.
Move to approve two consent items, Resolution 25-194, approval of warrants and payroll, and also minutes from the July 8th, 2025 BOCC business meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 3-0.
Move to approve 9 deliberation items, Resolution 25-195 through 203.
Second.
ILA. Hi, Stephanie.
Your mic needs to go on.
If you push the button to the right.
Sorry. This is in regards to the compliance officer and the drug court program and Centralia Police Department providing those services.
Thank you, Stephanie. Any questions with that, Commissioners? Public Defender contract.
Good
Ms.
morning,
Butler?
Commissioners. Becky Butler, Budget and Risk Director, speaking to 25-196. This is to approve a 2025 Public Defender contract for Rachel Tiller for juvenile court with the standard contract terms. Any questions?
Thank you. Medics ambulance contract.
Good morning, Gabe Anzalini, IT Director. This is an agreement with Medics Ambulance Service for the remainder of this year, at which point they'll get rolled into the regular contracts with everybody else for access to the Spillman/Flex service for dispatching purposes.
Thank you, Gabe. George? I think your mic's not on there, George. Push down on the stand. There you go. There you go.
Got to follow directions. Good morning, Commissioners. My name is George Zotter. I serve as the Veterans Benefits Specialist for Lewis County Public Health and Social Services. I'm here to present Resolution 25-198, a housekeeping item related to the composition of the Veterans Advisory Board. This resolution involves both the reappointment and appointment of board members, including voting and alternate positions. The Veterans Advisory Board has reviewed and fully support the recommendations, reappointment of Ken Norwood as a voting member, an appointment of Grant Kessler as a voting member, and appointment of Scott Solvix and Jeff Elder as an alternate member of the advisory board, all terms for the new appointees ending in April of 2027. These changes will help ensure continued representation and engagement across the veteran community. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you, George. I want to point out here, Commissioners, what a fantastic job both George and Mija, our director, have done with the Veterans Advisory Board, and really the place where it's at now and all of the advisory board members. It is a huge step forward from where we were a couple of years ago. So I appreciate your leadership and Mija's as well. George, thank you. Approval of agreement with Department of Social and Health Services.
Good morning, Commissioners. Sarah Sons, Developmental Disabilities Coordinator for Lewis County Public Health and Social Services, here to speak to Resolution number 25-199. This is a contract between Lewis County and the Washington State Department of Social and Health Services Developmental Disabilities Administration. The purpose of this agreement is to provide funding for developmental disability services, including supported employment, community inclusion, job foundation, child development, training, and community education activities, as well as county administration.
Thank you, Sarah.
I have the next one too. So that's resolution number 25-200 between Lewis County and Reliable Enterprises. The purpose of this contract is to provide funding to Reliable Enterprises for child development services, community information, outreach, and nutrition and health and fitness education.
Thank you. And contract with Antiquities, Ms. Butler.
Good morning again. This is to approve an amendment to the agreement with Antiquity Consulting LLC for consulting services related to the Southwest Washington Fairgrounds Water Main Project. Any questions?
No, thank you.
Good morning again. Resolution 25-203 declares the aforementioned Clequedo Church property as surplus real property.
We missed one in between there. We have 202 for the capital maintenance and repair
Oh,
fund.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
I have
Great
to-
side stepping on you.
Then as Lewis County Auditor's Office, so Resolution 25-202. This resolution approves and commits a transfer of $2 million from the general fund to the capital maintenance and repair fund for future capital projects approved by the BOCC. Any questions?
Thank you, Grace. Any questions on any of those items, Commissioners? It's been moved and seconded to approve deliberation items 25-195 through 25-203. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 3-0. We'll now move into a public hearing. We'll now call the hearing for Resolution 25-204. We'll start with a staff report, followed by a question and answer period, then close those and open it for formal testimony. Anyone wishing to testify, please sign in at the sheet at the lectern. You'll have 3 minutes. We'll now move for the staff report on Resolution 25-204.
Good morning, Commissioners. Becky Butler, Budget and Risk Director again, speaking to Resolution 25-204. This hearing pertains to the recommendation to amend the 2025 budget. Notice of this public hearing was published in the Chronicle on July 1st and 8th. The notice as published reflected an increase in expenditures of $2,565,533 and an increase in revenue of $964,536. Subsequent to the notice being published in the paper, the need to amend other funds became necessary, resulting in an increase in expenditures in the amount of $3,759,712 and an increase in revenue of $2,335,358. With the changes incorporated, this total budget amendment reflects an increase in expenditures of $6,325,245 and an increase in revenue in the amount of $3,299,894, resulting in a decrease in estimated ending fund balance in the amount of $3,025,351. The board's been provided a summary of the amendment. Is there any questions on the details or the summary?
Sounds like none. Thank you, Ms. Butler. We'll now close the question and answer period. Or we will open the question and answer period, excuse me, which time the public can ask questions. Do we have any questions? We'll now close the question and answer period. Ms. Butler, would you like your opening statements incorporated into the hearing?
Yes, please.
We'll now open the hearing for public testimony. Do we have any public testimony for Resolution 25-204? Hearing none, we'll now close the hearing for public testimony.
Mr. Chair, move that we approve Resolution 25-204.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve Resolution 25-204. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 3-0. With that, announcements. New business? Calendars, a note that there will be no business meeting on July 29th or August 12th for the Southwest Washington Fair. Anything from the press this morning?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned.